let's talk about games and how terrible the industry is right now.
Okay, let me
because
pull
Game
up
Awards
my
certainly
list. Let's talk. Yeah, oh man, no, well that's just rolling right into it, isn't it?
We
really?
certainly are. Oh, I mean, is this the end of the IRL segment or the beginning of the video game news section? Choose your poison. It works either way.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the video game news section.
So,
here we go.
Ben, I assume you caught the lame awards. I mean, the game awards.
Oh man.
Oh, this was the worst. This was the worst one. This one sucks.
I think this was really bad.
Has it been? Have you gone past the 30-second mark yet?
No, I don't.
We're getting there.
No.
Oh yeah, we have. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it was a bit shit, wasn't it?
No. Yeah, they weren't great. I mean, in terms of like an award show, it was terrible.
It felt like the most
terrible.
like corpo shit, corpo shield like awards. And
I mean, I understand that.
I do. But I feel like look, they've got money, man. Geoff Keighly is super successful. He gets loads of video game companies to pay to be at his awards ceremony. Man has literally single-handedly killed E3 and pissed on its grave, and so everything is going to him. I feel like he could have shaved off a few ads just so more devs can, have their time on the stage, which they did not get at all during this one.
So this is the thing, right? This was my biggest problem with the Game Awards this year. Was because last year they had the guy who plays Kratos, can't remember his name, I don't remember. Yeah. They had him speak for 8 minutes, right? Yeah, that was it, Christopher Judge. Yeah, he spoke for 8 minutes in a speech. Yeah. And to counteract that, they only gave them 30 seconds.
It's ironic because they took the piss out of Christopher Judge talking for a very long time last year's Game Awards, which I thought was quite funny. However, I didn't know they were going to actually incorporate that into the actual real parts where the game devs are talking about celebrating the industry and how many people who are working on the game who they'd like to thank. And of course, which I thought was really bang out of order, when they talk about people who didn't make it past a COVID session who were working on the game.
Oh God, yeah.
But the Baldur's Gate 3 people,
Larian, right?
They were talking about some devs who died last month, and to just not be allowed to talk about that, to get pushed off the stage, and because you saw the images, right, of some people recording the awards on their phone, and on the actual screens, what they were looking at on the stage, it was said, and I quote, "Please wrap it up."
Oh no, I saw that.
That made them look so bad when they're talking about that subject in particular as well, and it just, please wrap it up. It's like, oh no.
And then they had
so bad.
They had
it's
really.
Terrible.
Imagine telling Algie, the guy who does Zelda, who's got a translator.
The man who made one of the most prolific video game franchises in all of time to please wrap it up.
I was just like, what? What the hell? And they didn't even allow extra time for the people who had the translators.
Because they gave it to the celebrities and to Kojima.
Kojima got such a long time to talk about a game that's not even actually a thing yet.
10 minutes.
He got 10 minutes to talk about OD.
I mean, that's Jeff's husbando, so of course he's gonna get all of the priorities, isn't he?
But loads of the celebrities got loads of time to speak.
Romance privileges.
The winners got nothing. It made me so angry because I'm like, this is meant to be about the winners.
It was.
This is meant to be about the people who create. This is their time to shine. You don't kick them off the stage like that.
Interrupt them with
they're the ones who won. This is, and then you have the goal to have other game announcements, right? What are you gonna do when they win? Are they gonna get kicked off the stage a year later? Didn't they have a guy talk about? It was a really cool looking game. He was presenting a new game It was like he talked about how his father passed away and he created this game to do with like grief.
Oh, the sign
like
language one. No, not sign language.
The Metroidvania
one.
The
the other one. It reminded me of.
It looks great.
I don't want to say it. It reminded me like a little bit of Black Panther, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, it looked really cool. Yeah, but like you wouldn't get stuff like that if you don't let them speak, you know? So you let the people who are presenting a new game speak for a long time, but you don't let people who win for the games that they create speak for a long time. It doesn't make sense.
Like, I get that they've got like positions and schedules of certain people coming out, which is so that obviously I don't want people talking for too long, which is fine, I get that.
Yeah, but
30 seconds is not enough.
It's got to be at least. Just give them like 3-4 minutes. Like, don't.
It's got to be in the minutes.
5 minutes is the sweet point.
30 seconds. That's nowhere near enough to like thank everyone and talk about like like so happy they got a reward and just to give shout outs to all the people who helped make the game, to the devs, which is like their only time during the year when they actually get this amount of stage presence like ever. And considering the actual fucking bad state of the game industry right now. I mean, it's good for games, but it's terrible for game devs. It's been so bad for developers.
Bad.
And of course, there was no mention of that either.
No, not even a mention of layoffs, which there were a bajillion
which
of.
Sucks, because I get it's a big show and they want to like express positivity and, all that.
It's especially bad that they only gave them 30 seconds to speak and say, please wrap it up after the layoffs.
Even an off comment about it would have sufficed, right?
I know.
But they didn't even acknowledge it, and it's been. I mean,
Geoff is so corporate now. He used to. He's the guy.
He's fallen off a little bit.
He's the guy who said,
I'm a gamer just like you.
He's the guy who stood up to Konami when they treated Kojima badly.
I mean, it's Kojima.
But that again, that's what I mean. Like, there's his husband, but it wasn't. He wasn't his husband back then.
I know.
So
has he always been like that though? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know his personal life. We don't know what goes into it all. But but this show in particular was a bit more corporate than most, I would say. If that's the word, if that's the correct word to use.
Yeah.
It just felt like more of a corporate show.
It was more than it usually was.
Rather than just about quote unquote the video games.
Yeah.
Which is what the show was supposed to be all about. It felt like the biggest Far Cry this year out of the lot, to be honest.
Yeah. There was only. Did you know someone did a comparison of the amount of time there was in the
I've seen it.
It was like, I think it was like 18 minutes of the 3 hours were to do with the awards.
Yeah, 40 minutes worth of adverts, like Samsung and Nvidia, like fucking who gives a shit?
Oh my god, so bad. Hopefully next year, I mean, Geoff says he listens. So let's see if
he's brought out some tweets. He is aware of the whole 30-second please wrap it up thing going on. So I hope they take that into consideration.
I hope they give people more time next year.
I feel like Geoff has definitely fallen off in recent times, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I do. I feel like that
Which sucks. And the announcements, it's cool to see the announcements, and I'm sure the devs have worked really hard on a lot of the announcements. I'll start with the bad first, and sadly that was a lot of my experience.
That was a lot of my experience with it.
Oh my god. So video games are now just space marine games now, and like I get that there is an audience for that, which is fine, but when it was non-stop, the pacing just sort of taxed.
So many, wasn't there?
There was a lot. Like there was one, then there was two, and then after the fifth in a row, I just started falling asleep. Sadly,
honestly, there was so many of those. There was so many of those Space Marine games. That's why when I saw Visions of Mana get announced, I was like,
yeah, I knew you were popping off during that. Yeah.
I was literally that was my biggest pop off of the whole show. I was so excited, man.
Yeah.
Oh no, a new Mana game.
I was watching with my partner. We were both like, I can already hear like Ben popping off in the distance, and this is like a day after the awards has already finished, and we can still.
That was the thing that made me the most excited. I was like, oh my god, a new Mana game, a brand new Mana game. Been years.
What else was there? Yeah, the only ones that it's bad because the only things that really stand out to me by memory is the new Blade game, which fair enough. Yeah. It's not massive, but it's like, oh no, it's made me curiously raise an eyebrow, which is decent. There's that Jurassic Park survival game that got announced too, which looks promising.
Be good. It could be the Turok, or Dino Crisis that we never got.
Oh, I doubt that very much, but you never know in this day and age.
Yeah.
There's Kojima's weird OD game with the...
but it's just the faces, man.
With the screen that's already made rounds on Twitter.
Twister. There's a tongue twister faces,
Kojima's got yet another acid trip planned for us. I don't know what he's cooking, but it's probably going to be balmy, whatever it is. But it's cool that Kojima's going back to horror because, of course, PT was really promising until they cancelled it.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I soon go back to that genre, even though I got no clue what the hell it's about. But again, that's part of a teaser. There's a new Dragon Ball game coming out, Dragon Ball Sparking. I thought it was Tenkaichi 4.
It is Tenkaichi. It is Tenkaichi. It's just called.
It's just called Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
It's now it's the proper title for, I think it's 4, isn't it? Tenkaichi 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Now it's called Sparking Zero. It looks pretty. Looks very pretty.
I mean, I know what I think your most exciting announcement was of the show, though.
I'll go on. Take a guess.
But it wasn't technically in the actual, which I feel was done dirty. It wasn't in the actual award show. It was in the pre-show.
Oh, you're thinking of the Atlas reveals, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, Persona 3 is looking better and better the more I see the trailers for it. They kept Baby's French accent, which I am very excited to hear fully voiced throughout all of his social link events when the game does come out.
And Metaphor
Fantasy.
Oh my god, that looks so good.
It looks really good. I'm actually more hyped for that.
I'm more excited for that than Persona 3.
Because it's original, it's an IP, which obviously it looks. I mean, let's be real. It definitely looks like a Persona. What's what I'm looking for? 5 o'clock morning brain. Help me, Ben.
It looks like a Persona-like kind of
I suppose that's the word for it. Yeah, I can't think of my...
I don't really know what to... Because it's got like the whole social link aspect, it seems. With
spiritual successor. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, spiritual successor.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But the story sounds balmy and sounds pretty good.
As it should be. But it does look really good. It's like you've got to go. It's like action. That's how you get into the turn-based, which is a pretty interesting concept.
Interesting, yeah. It's like a more of a. If you think about it, that's kind of like how it was in Persona. It's taken Persona 5 and expanded that idea, because in Persona 5 to get into the combat, you kind of had to sneak up on them, and then you
the dungeon crawl was really dynamic in that game.
Except in this game, which I've never seen this done in a turn-based game before.
You do a free
it's kind of
combo.
like a bit. Yeah, you get an actual like attack, and if you're strong enough, I think you can kill the enemy without entering the battle with just regular like combat.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
But yeah,
if you do a high time and then you jump and do an aerial raid, and apparently it just ends the fight before you even get into the turn-based stuff about it, which sounds
if you're strong enough. Yeah, so it can be an action game. / turn-based, because the way it switches to the turn-based combat is almost seamless. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I saw that little clip, and the camera just like turns, but it just looks really fluid and smooth the way it transitions into turn-based. It looks really cool.
It's a very interesting concept. I really do like the idea of a hybrid system.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That was a cool announcement.
Really excited
for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what else there was? There was 5 announcements actually under a certain big name.
I was saving that, man. That was nuts.
It was nuts, but I felt like it had such little fanfare. Because, like...
Did it? I think everyone was talking about it,
Everyone was talking about it, but I feel like it could have been more of a grand doise of an announcement. It just showed, like, a 5-second clip.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And I'm like, you're really showing a 5-second clip of the new Jet Set fucking radio game coming out. Like, what?
And Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, that was wild to me. Like,
Crazy Taxi and Jet
as
Set.
well. And, Jet Set Radio.
And even Golden Axe. Like, they're really... Yeah, like, and they said more and more,
Streets
and
of
they
Rage.
even did Shinobi
Yeah.
and Shinobi as well,
Yeah.
in a beautiful hand-drawn art style by the looks of it.
It was so briefly shown though. I feel like they should have had more screen time, but again, that's a lot
Each
of things
one of
that
those
mattered
could've-
more than the shit that we were
Yeah.
shown at the awards. But yeah, that was
the thing,
that was
like,
pretty nuts.
Even because of the whole wrap it up thing, it actually put a damper on all the announcements because it just felt like, all right, moving
Yeah,
on to the next
going
thing,
back
to the
to
next
that,
thing. You didn't
exactly.
really,
Could've been
you
more
didn't
time
really
for that.
get time to like take it in.
Yeah,
It was more like next thing.
It just felt more like, by the way, we got this and that and that. And it's like, whoa, hold on, shut the fuck up.
To be honest, it
you
felt
can't
like
just
E3.
not elaborate and leave like that. Like,
Yeah.
I need more than that because that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it felt like an It felt like the Game Awards were E3 this year, in a weird way. Like,
mean
it
like
felt
a-
like I was watching.
A fall in
Yeah.
quality sort of like thing.
Yeah, like an E3 slash.
It wasn't a great Game Awards.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I tell you what was a nice surprise though, the God of War Ragnarok DLC, which is also free. And
yeah.
is out now, and I want to play because it's free. And why wouldn't I play that DLC?
Yeah,
when
you
I,
can play it,
When I
it's
quite
free, yeah.
enjoyed Ragnarok, so that was a really nice surprise.
Yeah,
Also,
nice.
there's DLC for Final Fantasy 16, which is really cool as well.
Which is
first
that
DLC
free
for
or
that
is
is
that
No, you
actually
gotta pay for that.
paid? Ah, fair
Yeah.
enough. I mean, it's probably
waves.
expected.
Square.
Yeah. Oh, that's expected. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's nice to get in some DLC anyway.
What else
I
is
did
there?
I did actually hear some news on Final Fantasy 16 though.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you heard the news.
Should we go on that later because we're still on Game
Yeah,
Awards
yeah,
at
we'll
the
keep
moment.
going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah.
Skull
yeah.
and Bones. Remember that game?
Oh yeah.
After about 50,000 delays, it finally got a release date.
I don't
We'll see
think
if that
game's-
sticks.
I don't think that game's gonna do
see
too
if
well.
that
In
sticks.
all honesty,
It does scream development hell, doesn't it?
It's,
But we'll see. They might surprise us. But there
I
are a
really
lot of
don't-
flags
There might be a
waving.
market for it. There might be a
kinda
market for
concerning.
it.
Yeah, a little bit.
They should have just made a pirate game. Like an actual pirate game, not just a ship pirate game.
I can't remember. That's the thing. I can't remember a lot of what was announced because a lot of it was just Space Marines.
Yeah, it's a lot of space stuff.
The new Hoyoverse game with that's insanely sexy.
It
coming as
reminded
well.
me of Tweary. Is that weird to say?
I don't. What?
Not like in
I
that
don't see the
sense.
comparison at all.
No, not like in that sense. More like an urban vibe. Like, you know, like how you have Twearies like in the city sort of
It
thing.
reminds me a bit more of like an overly sexy Scarlet Nexus more than anything.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one. Yeah,
compare
Scarlet
it.
Nexus.
It's got a
Yeah,
similar
yeah,
color
yeah.
palette as well, with the red and black going on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be a good game or not. I haven't played it. I mean, Hoyo seem to be on a high right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they're managing all these. How they're going to manage all three of these. Like,
Because
they've
they're
got
printing
Genshin
money.
Impact. Yeah, but how do you give one content and then they have to equally get content at the same amount of time? I don't know.
By giving us a 5-star character for free in Honkai Star Rail.
Oh yeah, I mean, Star Rail's just amazing. So.
I mean, the devs for that are just absurd. Where it's like it's actually unfair for a lot of mobile games. But I digress. So,
Yeah.
yeah, loads of Space Marine games, including one that is, Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Warhammer. I mean, Warhammer is an outlier to that. I ain't putting Warhammer in the same space as the other Space Marine games because Warhammer is a massive. Is one of the Space Marine games that's been around for
It
ages,
did get
right?
short.
So I'm definitely not
It did
knocking that, but I just find it funny that it is called Space Marine too.
Oh no.
But no, I'm happy for Warhammer fans. That's
The
shaped up
Space
to be
Marine
really
shows
cool.
were pretty good.
But yeah, everything else was just very like
It's just-
futuristic sci-fi shoot.
A part of me
aliens.
feels like there was so much multiplayer, like live servicey. Oh, also I was very
God.
disappointed in the live service of
The finals, I think it was called, was one.
not the finals. What's it called? Justice League kills the Suicide.
Oh,
Suicide Squad
fuck's
kills the Justice
sake.
League.
Oh,
my
God.
god, no, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of flags that are raising concern with that game because apparently a few days after the Game Awards, I read an article and it was talked about on our Discord server that apparently Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League single player is you're required to have online for its story.
Yeah, it's a live service game,
that I do not want on my single-player games. It's like, okay, so Doom Eternal is an amazing game, right? That's a fucking insanely good game. But I hated that I had to make a Bethesda account just to play the damn thing. And it's like, I really don't want any of that like company online shtick. Or just a game that I want to sit down in my living room on my couch and just relax and play. You don't want any of that. You want to shut off from that shit.
It's gonna be
I hope it doesn't take the same route as Marvel's Avengers, but
I feel like it is.
It invokes
It's like a live servicey game, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm so tired of live service
games. Live service is shit. Keep it to the mobile games.
Please stop making live service games.
Yeah, leave it to Fortnite, please.
I don't think the game industry understands that people do not have X amount of time to play this many live. And did you notice all the winners who won like the live service thing were Fortnite, like all the regular people who were nominated, Fortnite, PUBG, Apex Legends. Like there has not been a new live service game that has caught people's attention because those games have all the live service money. You should stop trying to make a new. They've got it. They've got it. And Fortnite's even expanding into like other games inside of itself, which is insane.
Fortnite is the video game of all time with all them crossovers.
They've got games inside them now. There's a Rocket League game in there now.
Yep.
Like a rocket racing one. And then there's also a Lego one now.
Yeah, they got Lego
There's
too.
A Lego one. Yeah,
What
like
even
their
is
actual
Fortnite
game.
Anymore?
I don't know what Fortnite actually is anymore because it's not a game anymore. It's
something. It's a way of life.
It's a hub. It's a hub. It's actually a hub where other games are created inside it now. It's an engine that people make games in now. Oh no, it's nuts. You can't compete.
A lot of the things in the first half before the awards began outshined a lot of the stuff that was shown with the actual awards to me. Like
I know
Pony Island 2, which I think is made by the Inscription devs. It's shaped up to be really cool. Have you played Pony Island? I haven't, no. But I'll be playing Inscription at the moment, and they're pretty.
Maybe you should get on that.
Maybe. Guilty Gear Strive added Elfelt, which
got a new character.
A lot of people didn't think was gonna happen, but she's awesome because she's a death screamer. She's a J-pop death screamer, which really fits the bill for the theme of Guilty Gear. So that's really cool.
I think that fits the character.
A lot of people are very happy. All the diehards are super happy that she's in. And her animations look fantastic, as do most of the characters. But yeah, she looks like a ton of fun.
Strive's been going for a long time now, hasn't it?
Yeah, Strive's been going for a couple of years now. Yeah, it's going
crazy,
strong.
Man.
It sold 2.5 million copies, so that just goes to show that it's working.
Yeah, Strive's
DLC fighting game not battle passes, deal for DLC waves are working for certain games unless you're Capcom.
Yeah,
but we don't want to talk about the way it's going for Street Fighter 6. I mean, that's a good game, but Capcom be Capcom, you know?
Yeah, Capcom be Capcom.
Speaking of Capcom, Monster Hunter has had a new game announced.
New Monster Hunter game, yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it looked cool. I mean, I've never played a Monster Hunter game before.
Me neither.
I mean, if I was gonna jump into a Monster Hunter game, it would be World, because I think World is like the one that is the most friendly.
World was the big jump into like, I mean, Monster Hunter was popular, but this is the one that brought loads of new fans in.
Yeah, because it made like alterations to make it more friendlier for new people. Yeah, accessible. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
And I think was it called Rise?
Yeah, Rise. Rise is more of
a.
Yeah, Rise is also quite popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, this is going back to World's kind of like thing. I think this is like basically Monster Hunter World 2, even though it's a different name. Yeah. I mean, overall,
really,
the announcements were good. Like there were some interesting ones,
okay.
But yeah, they were okay.
They weren't as good as the ones in the other years to me personally. They were just kind of.
Fair. Yeah.
I don't want to say mid, but I mean it was pretty mid.
Except for Trials, except for Mana. Mana's super exciting.
that was the one announcement that elevated it from average into like a 6 out of 10 for you.
Mate, yeah, Mana was just, oh man, I can't believe there's a new Mana game. Anyway.
What about the awards? And
The awards themselves. Let's talk about the awards themselves then.
So, as we predicted, Baldur's Gate 3
took everything.
Absolutely, absolutely mullered everything that came its path. Except for, was it narrative that it lost to Alan Wake 2?
I'm shocked it lost narrative, in all honesty. I haven't played the game, but... Because
Alan Wake 2 was made to be a big cinematic story game. And of course, we all know how the Game Awards works. It's all about what the media like more than the actual like communities and players and stuff. It always veer more towards that, more of an actual like player-based opinion and shit.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that Alan Wake 2 won in there, but I'm not knocking it because that honestly sounds like it deserves it. I've not played it, but it came out of nowhere and it got nominated for a lot of things. Yeah, and it won a lot of awards too.
Yeah.
And everyone is super stoked that Alan Wake 2 won a lot of stuff, but Baldur's Gate 3, man. I mean, it deserved awards, but holy shit, it was a stomp for like 9% of the nominations.
Yeah, it was.
Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3. We've seen that video of
it's called constant.
It's called Todd Howard when he found out that Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, I've seen it where it's just a sad Todd Howard getting sadder and sadder.
They're using the amazing Digital Circus OST as well.
Yeah. I've seen it, yeah.
It's just his strained, happy, hold it together Harold face throughout the entire video.
Man, Starfield got nothing.
Oh man, best game direction. Sorry, that's what Alan Wake 2 won. It won best game direction.
Yeah. Starfield got absolutely nothing.
And best narrative. Yeah. So it won quite a few stuff over.
I'm not surprised Baldur's Gate 3 took a lot of awards because that game, like I haven't played it, but everyone said that game is revolutionary. So.
It won best art direction as well, Alan Wake 2.
Oh, there you go.
It beat Hi-Fi Rush. It beat Lies of P, which I'm very surprised about. That's got an amazing art direction, and it beat Mario's Wonder and Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, Hi-Fi Rush won best.
Audio design.
Music.
Deserved.
Audio design.
I'm so glad it won an award.
Yeah.
It deserved to win best audio design. Yeah. The game is made around that. I was actually going to rage if it didn't.
How do you not win best audio design when your whole game's made around the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be insane if it lost that. That would add riots. Because like, what are we doing here if it's not winning best audio design?
Sea of Stars won best indie game though, which was pretty cool to see actually.
Yeah, that was nice that Sea of Stars won.
I think it was deserved, to be honest. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm very close to the end, and yeah,
it's a lot of people's game of the year. So
it's actually a very, very good game. Have you played further in it yet, or you put it on hold?
I put it on hold for now. We'll say that for the what we've been playing segment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think his name was Neil Newborn, who voiced the main character for Baldur's Gate 3. He won Best Performance, which
apparently
I don't want to say I'm surprised about because I've not played Baldur's Gate 3, but apparently he absolutely slays it in the part.
Yeah.
And he beat Ben Starr, who is now a meme.
I mean, I love that.
He's such
I honestly, that was one of the highlights that was one of the highlights that came out of the Game Awards.
Yeah.
It was just Ben
the lack
Starr
of goofy shit from the awards was palpable, but I'm glad we got a few here and there, and I'm glad Ben Starr was the main subject of it.
Why was the light so bright on him? Why was it like
it
turned up to like 100? I know.
Well, the man's just attained nirvana all of a sudden.
He actually played on it recently as well. He actually did a video on like
he did,
which is great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Someone's photoshopped like the beginning of Last of Us, but with Ben's face instead, and he actually did like a voice line for it. Like, he's just a cool guy. I really like him. He's great.
I like him. He's so down to earth. He's just like, he feels like just a regular person.
Yeah. Sad he didn't win because I wanted him to win. Yeah, but apparently Neil Newborn was really good. Yuri Lowenthal didn't win. Neil Newborn beat Melanie Libbert, who was a character in Alan Wake 2 again. Cameron Monaghan, I think I've said that right. And he beat the PNG of Idris Elba as well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Oh, yeah, that was also another thing. I really I don't like that they're like. I'm glad that someone who is not a celebrity won that award because I wouldn't be happy if Idris Elba won it. In all honesty, Because I feel like Hollywood is getting more and more dipping its toe. Yeah, dipping its toes into like voice actors a bit.
Yeah, especially after Mario movie, and that caused a massive debacle with the video game VAs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there's not room for them. I'm just saying that it's becoming more and more like you slap a big video game like Hollywood voice a big actor onto a video game now. Yeah, and it'll sell million. Like, who's doing that game? I can't remember. He came out. Was it Timothée Chalamet, or was he just presenting an award? I think he was just presenting the award. But someone came out. There was quite a few celebrities. Oh, it was the guy from. Sorry, guy.
That's right.
I forgot his name, but that was so. Oh, that was. I think he was drunk.
You found it pretty cringe, did you?
Yeah, I found out when he was like, "Stop talking to me."
Yeah, stop.
Yeah. What?
I think they're trying to get a Keanu Reeves moment, but of course Keanu played it off a lot better than he did.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're trying to get another breathtaking moment, but it's like,
I mean,
you're not going to get that light in the bottle like he did, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Twisted Metal, the show's good.
Apparently it's really good though. Like, no meme. Apparently Twisted Metal is a really good adaptation.
Maybe, yeah.
Which Last of Us won. I'm surprised, honestly. I thought Mario movie was going to sweep, but then again, it's The Last of Us, and as we all know, The Last of Us always wins every award at the Game Awards, so maybe it's not so surprising when you really give it a think. I am chuffed and very happy that Armored Core 6 won Best Action Game.
Hey,
I am very happy. The one nomination that it got, and it won it. So
that's great.
That's amazing.
Actually took something.
That's really cool. Because
they didn't come up and speak, did they? From Software for that.
No, it was one of those like it was one of those, you know, when it does like weird like balcony award, I called it.
Yeah,
when Geoff is just like off the side somewhere, and he's like, and the winner is this game, and the winner is that game, and it's like
that feels so
like Best
wrong
Action
as well.
Game should be a stage thing over a lot of other categories that are on there.
Also, that feel like I understand the esports ones because no one cares about those. Like,
everyone loves esports.
I mean, like, but yeah, or streamers. I get that. Why that's like off stage and stuff. But like Best Action Games, definitely a big thing, and it should be like
for a lot of gamers.
Yeah, that's something where someone should have come up and got an award. It's a bit cheap. I don't know. Again, the Game Awards this year were just very.
Miyazaki literally walks up in an Armored Core just so Bill Clinton kid can't come up and steal his thunder. For intimidation factor alone.
Yeah.
They saw him walking a giant mech and they were like, maybe we should push Action Game to like a balcony award just so Miyazaki doesn't scare everyone out of the place. It's got a little bit hammer security this time.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, like, the awards this year, very happy that for some of them, but just...
Yeah, Zelda won Action Adventure. It got its 30 second
you got his 30 seconds to speak, Please wrap it up, Algae O'Neill. We've got more to do.
Speaking of wrapping it up,
we'll wrap up the Game Awards.
Yeah, we'll finish up soon. We'll wrap it up ourselves.
But I do have a few other quick headlines that happened.
Yeah, mate, go for it.
That I want to talk about. So, Capcom heard the outcry for the fan outcry for the Miles Edgeworth games, but said there are no plans currently at this time. Yeah. But I imagine, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna get a package for those.
They'll be seen not to, because they've been going pretty strong with they've done the trilogy, and I think the Apollo Justice trilogy
know the
is looking
there.
insanely packed for that release. That's coming out in February, I think.
Yeah,
apparently that collection is actually chock full of content. Like, it's got so much in it. It's got like gallery and sprites and concept art, and you can move like the sprites around and stuff yourself. It's like it's packed with it's filled to the brim apparently, which looks pretty cool. So I'm happy for. I mean, if we ever get to that, that's going to be great. So
that would be great if we get to that way. If we get there. So E3 is officially dead.
Yep.
As
done and dusted. That's it.
Is like they officially came out and said it's dead. Naughty Dog. Speaking of Naughty Dog and Last of Us, Naughty Dog cancelled the multiplayer Last of Us game.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Do you know what? When I heard
that,
when I saw their, did you see the reason?
Yeah,
did you read that reason?
Yeah, I read
honestly
the
respect it. I respect it because they were like, this has just gotten so big in scope that we would have to put our whole team on it, and then we would become a live. And then they said we would become a live service, one game, and they were like, we don't want to do that. So actually, I want to give a clap to Naughty Dog for not going down that road.
I guess. I mean, I'm always apprehensive to applaud Naughty Dog, and I mean, I do like Naughty Dog, but I do feel like with all the remakes and milking of Last of Us, their reputation has definitely
taken a bit of a hit.
It's taken a hit.
Whereas Insomniac has just gone.
Whereas Insomniac are up constantly. Right?
Yeah.
They're banging out bangers non-stop at the moment.
Speaking of Insomniac, they wanna make a Spider-Verse game.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
They still got to make
the
Wolverine game.
I know. I don't know how they're pumping all those out, but good
probably
luck to
crunch,
them.
to be honest.
Yeah,
I hate to
be honest,
it, but
I don't want to. Yeah,
works, and
that sounds like
sucks,
it.
But unfortunately, that is the way of the gaming world.
Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully it's not, because they didn't make Ratchet and Clank and crunch, did they?
Way back in the PS2 days, they made Ratchet and Clank.
No. I'm talking about the new one. They said they didn't make the new one with crunch.
Oh, okay.
The Rift Apart one. I don't know.
I'm gonna take that statement with a grain of salt, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I got something. Ben, have you ever heard of a new game has been announced? It's a sequel. A trailer came out for it. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called let me get my notes out quickly. Oh, here we go. Grand Theft Auto. Have you ever heard of Grand Theft Auto before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you know that they released a new trailer for it on YouTube?
Yeah, I did. I heard all about that debacle, actually.
Really?
I have that on my notes as well.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It's quite a niche game series.
It is quite niche, isn't it? It didn't really do anything to the internet. It didn't really light the internet up on fire or anything like that.
Not really done much to the entertainment products as a whole.
No.
Definitely not.
No, not really. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the trailer and I was very impressed.
160 million views.
Yeah, I know. It's got the most views for it. That's insane. Yeah. And the trailer got leaked as well. And so Rockstar were just like, fuck it, we'll release it now.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Power to him for, I guess, striking while the iron is hot, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, because the trailer got released by an employee's son at Rockstar or something. Yeah.
You know how it is.
Well, the son
just feels like me. It's just a prank, bro. You know.
Just a prank. I just posted the trailer.
Just one of the biggest entertainment products you could ever put out on the fucking market in the world of anything ever. Like we talk about Fortnite a lot. But it ain't Grand Theft Auto, man. Grand Theft Auto is in a whole league
up there as well. Yeah.
This is a game that devs all around are frightened of, because like they don't want to release them games when Grand Theft Auto gets released.
Yeah, and I mean, did you see the trailer for it? It looks impressive, but again, I can't tell if that's. No, they say it's in engine. It looks impressive.
Looks impressive, but like I'm not really a GTA guy.
Me neither, honestly.
So I'm not super excited. I'm just like, here we go. It's GTA, and everyone's going nuts over it, which is.
I do like the aspect of a Bonnie and Clyde kind of situation, though, which is what this seems to be story based around.
Yeah, it's like, obviously you're doing crimes, but you play as a person who's imprisoned from
It's a female. It's a female.
Oh boy, they were just asking for controversy there, weren't they? God forbid you play as a girl.
A woman in a Grand Theft Auto game. Actually, you do. You actually do play as a woman. I found it really funny how people were like going, "Oh my god, it's a revolution!" But in the old Grand Theft Auto games, you actually did, I think it was 2. You played as you had female characters in that one as well.
Oh, did you really? Oh well.
But it was top down, so no one. So did that account?
I did notice, yeah.
Yeah, it's
you can't see the assets from all the way up there. So is it really a woman when you really think about it? When all the sexy bits are out in our video games, that's the only way we can tell that we're playing as a woman nowadays.
Let me check. Was it 2 or 1? I can't remember.
Me.
One of them you play as a woman anyway. It's either 2 or 1, but it's the top-down one.
Yeah, that's just asking for it, really. But honestly, props to Rockstar for just saying, like, you know...
Hopefully they do.
They're aware of how big the series is, and they're just going with what they think is going to make a good video game overall, and they're just, like, you know, they're not pandering. At least I don't think they are. Again, I don't really know a lot about the development of GTA or GTA as a whole, because I've not... I mean, obviously, I've played GTA... San Andreas and Vice City. Yeah. But I've never owned it. I've like played it at a friend's house and that's it.
Same. I've never owned them either. I've only ever like played them around mates' houses and stuff.
Because chances are, back in our day, if you were in school, about half the school owned GTA. Considering they were like 14 to 15 years old and they shouldn't be playing it because obviously 18s, but we didn't give a shit back then. Man.
No.
People probably don't either in this day and age, either at that age, to be honest, let's be real. But,
so GTA stuff. Oh, okay, I've got one. I've got 2 more things, right? One of them was the funny thing that happened with Twitch. So this.
Oh my
this
god!
Oh my god! No,
Christ!
Yeah, Twitch changed its policy for.
This is gonna be sorry. I just want to say this is gonna be a really fun thumbnail to think about for this part.
All right. Okay. So this is So let's just bring people up to speed, right? So Twitch has this policy where nudity, you know, was not really allowed. It's a no sexual content. They relaxed this policy for like a day. They said for a day. Yeah, for a day. They said nudity. They said nudity's allowed now. Like you can have as long as it's tasteful, was it artistic nudity? I think they called it.
And as you know from the internet's history, that was a little bit too much power to give to it. And
so for a day,
artistic nudity was definitely artistic, alright.
And they sort, I've got to imagine like the Twitch employees, right? When they announced the policy, they thought, yeah, great, we're giving like, you know...
Must be bollocking themselves when they saw
And then as soon as they saw the things that happened, I feel like they were like, this is terrible. We have to reverse this now. We made a grave mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know. But for a day, nudity was allowed on Twitch in artistic forms. But then they quickly reversed it and they said, actually, there is no difference between cartoon nudity and real life nudity. So it is back to where we were before. We are sorry for we will work better and harder.
We tried.
So yeah, for a day. For a day, for literally a day, it was 24 hours, there was nudity on Twitch that was allowed.
Topless streamers making waves in more ways than one.
Oh my god.
That is funny,
I just found it so funny how quickly they reversed it.
Just literally full frontal nudity, and it's like, it's art. It's hentai, and it's art. It's like, the full sense of the phrase. Just play about a deleted scene from The Office, note from note, and it will get a pass on Twitch for one day. And obviously, you can see why that's a pretty bad idea on such an open platform like Twitch.
I mean, especially when you have adverts and advertisers and stuff,
Especially when you have little kiddies sometimes going on the internet, having a type here and there.
I will say though, Twitch is not really for children, and I still feel like Twitch isn't for kids. And I know you have to be 13 to sign up to Twitch or whatever. But I really do think you should be a bit older. I feel like you should be older. If you're gonna do policies like that, you should be older to go on Twitch, at least 18. But then there was like all these concerns that Twitch is turning into a cam site, like cam girl site sort of thing. So yeah, it was reversed. Yeah, it was just funny that it was for a day, and I can't remember what day it is, but I'm sure it's marked down on the calendar somewhere.
Oh, it's definitely marked on someone's calendar. That's for certain.
So yeah, that was hilarious. A lot of people actually said that was a W for Twitch, and then when they reversed it was like an L. And
all the 4chaners probably said it was a fucking W.
I mean, there were the people on both camps. I really fall in the camp of...
but all the degens came out of the woodwork after that announcement.
I was in the camp of, are you sure about this?
Yeah, I came from the camp of that's funny, but I'm also concerned at the same time.
Yeah, funny I was more like hesitant, funny.
Hilarious concern, yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, the 180 was hilarious. So, the other big piece of news, which I'm not gonna go into the whole story because I won't go into it. But the Sea of Stars, yeah.
Oh,
the Sea of Stars developers took out the completionists.
I don't even want to go into the nitty-gritty of this, to be honest.
I won't go into the nitty-gritty of it, but I understand the reason. And now I think developers.
Me too.
Maybe it's not a good idea to put famous people or YouTubers or you know like e-celebrities into your games. No. Maybe it's it seems to have a pretty big backlash sometimes.
A lot of them seem to be prone to pretty damning controversies. So,
So, I'm sorry, Sea of Stars developers. That's a rough one. I'm sure they feel kind of sad because, you know, Gerard was. Yeah, I was upset about it as well, man.
It is what it is, man. It's, you know, it's news.
Yeah.
But,
Twitch is ending support in South Korea as well. I've got to say that.
A little addition on top of that.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, I'm gonna move on because I don't want to talk about the completion.
We ticked off the boxes.
There are so many people. And one more thing. This is the last thing because it's my big news stories. Sony, this is a bad one for Sony. Sony pulling HBO Max Discovery content from its store, but it's worse than that because if you own that content, you can no longer watch that content, even if you bought that content, which is an absolute middle finger to the customer.
Yeah.
Which sets a really bad precedent going forward. Yeah.
Free money for us. No entertainment for you.
Oh, it's bad though, man, because that, like, even if you own, now it's brought up the conversation of if you buy something on a Sony PlayStation store, do you actually own it? No, clearly not. No. Because if they could just decide and they want to have an all digital future, and this is what their all digital future looks like.
Another day, another opportunity for a Sony lawsuit. What's new?
Yeah, there's a big lawsuit on anti-consumerism now in Sony PlayStation
the PlayStation store.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a greedy bastard, but apparently if it wins, customers get some money back.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bad guy, but I mean, hey, I'm.
To be honest,
I need to move out.
To be honest, it's deserved.
I've got a car.
If the customers win this anti-consumer, because their argument is, if you go you're all digital, because Sony's the only ones who have, you know, your eShop cards or whatever. They don't sell them in the shop. Like they're saying it's a monopoly because you can only buy downloadable content from Sony. You can't get an eShop card in the shop. Yeah, so it's anti-consumer, it's a monopoly. And that is what their court case, and I think they might, because to be honest, the EU or, you know, the UK government and the EU are quite well, I wouldn't say the UK government, but like the consumerism, the EU side of it is quite, they hate monopolies. As you know, with Apple, they really targeted them recently with the Apple chargers and stuff.
Target, but
yeah, so they won that as well.
Shit, they actually won. Fuck.
That's why Apple had to change their charger.
So they got game then.
So
good luck, Sony.
They're going after Sony now, so you know.
I mean, I don't want to say too much of good luck, but how do I go about this without
we'll never know.
Taking a side?
We won't know when the lawsuit comes through. Because maybe we'll win some money.
They said what happens if they win, and amount of money coming back to people.
Yeah,
who
be nice.
Got involved in it. Yeah, I think that's a good quote for it. Yeah, it would be nice in the most casual way possible.
So those are pretty much all my